All right, welcome back. We are continuing our journey through linear functions in the College Board question bank. We are about a quarter of the way through now. We've made it to question 25 and we're going to continue on. I hope if you've been following along that you pause each question and try it for yourself before I dive in on it. I encourage you to do that now if you haven't. Hopefully you've learned something along the way. Again, quick survey of the definitions that we are using in each of these things. We've got when x increases by 1, y increases by m, the slope. We have the definition of point slope form. Y minus k equals m times x minus h. hk is on the line and m is still the slope. And we have our function notation, f of x equals mx plus b. M is the slope or the rate of growth, and b is the y-intercept or the beginning value. Those are our basic definitions that we are going to use today in our linear functions. So without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right in. And again, I'll try to be doing about 10 questions in about 20 minutes or less. So let's get to it. Again, we don't care about the context, so at this stage, I'm going to go ahead and just start doing more of my natural process of skipping right to the question, and I'm going to try to speed up a little bit. So we've got the function negative 5x plus 30. They want to know what the y-intercept of the graph is. So the y-intercept is 30. That must be the beginning value. So I'm going to evaluate the answer choices. Even without any of the context, we can still know this. 5 fluid ounces each popsicle. That's a phrase that should evoke slope for us. We want the y-intercept. That's a fixed beginning value, according to our definitions. 5 fluid ounces when he began. No, it's a 30 as the y-intercept, not 5. 30 ounces of juice when he began. Yeah, that makes sense. 30 ounces for each popsicle. D doesn't make sense. That's language for slope. So the only one that matches the language and has the right value is C. 27. Code 762. According to the data provided to the U.S. Department, who cares? I'm going to skip to the question. We have our function, f of x equals 2.74 minus 0.19x minus 3. That's, again, point slope form and hidden. It's kind of hidden because they shuffled it around. The constant 2.74 is the y-coordinate when x is 3, we should understand. Average monthly decrease, no, that is negative 0.19. That's the slope. The difference in the average price per gallon. From September to December. I'm going to hold on to that one. The average price on September 1st or on December 1st. So what is our beginning value? So September 1st is the beginning value. So that should be our 0 point. That should be our 0 coordinate for x. So we have, let's explain this one a little. This one's a difficult question. It has 3 pips in the difficulty meter. So we have September, October, November, and December. September should be x coordinate 0, October 1, November 2, December 3. Our y coordinates are whatever they are. The way that they've given this to us is we should understand this to be y equals k minus m times x minus h. They've moved the k value over because remember our standard form for point slope formula is y minus k equals m x minus h, where hk is a point that exists on the line. So we should understand this to know that hk here is our point on the line, and in that position we've got 2.74. So we should understand that to be month 3, December, so it must be D. First time I've done that question. I've never seen that one before. I wonder which test it's on. 28, code F14. Okay, they give us 2 coordinate points. The first one is the y-intercept. Seeing that, we know that A and B are out because 0, 2, unless there's a shift. Did they shift this? They did not. Always look for shift on a question like this. They may shift it up or down, which would then change the y-intercept. Okay, so 0, 2, it's either C or D. And go ahead and apply our slope formula, change in y divided by change in x. So 34 minus 2 is 32. 8 minus 0 is 8. 32 divided by 8 is 4, I believe. So that gives us a slope of 4 and a y-intercept of 2, meaning the answer is C. Okay, 29, code 394. Cost is $11 per day. That's a slope. 11 per day plus a one-time fee of $10. Which equation represents the total cost for D days? So we've already written it. 11D plus 10. Oh, that's a happy accident. Didn't even finish reading the question. We already got it. I've never done that one before, but that just goes to show if you practice enough, you accidentally get the answer sometimes. 30, code 6D7. Boiling point of water at sea level, sure. So sea level, we should understand that to be a coordinate point, 0, 2, 12. Oh, you know what? I bet some of these questions aren't even on digital exams. Some of these questions are probably paper exam ported over into the digital library. That's my guess. Because this past one, this felt an awful lot like a paper exam question. But anyway, I've been coaching and tutoring paper SAT for the last 12 years, so hopefully by now I've got a feel for it. 550 feet above sea level, the boiling point is lowered by 1. So if x is the height, so when x changes by 550, the y changes by 1, because remember this is change in y over change in x. So that's a sneaky, this should be rated difficult. This is kind of a weird way of doing slope, because they gave us our change in x first and our change of y, but they didn't give us the change of x as a unit of 1, which we're used to. Which of the following can be used to find the boiling point in x feet above sea level? So it needs to be 1 over, and it's decreasing. Yeah, it's lowered by 1 degree, so there's going to be a negative slope of 1 over 550, so that locks in D. Y-intercept at 212, and a slope of negative 1 over 550. Tough question, but again, we're taking our definitions of change in y and change in x and forcing them into the language here. For every 550 feet above sea level, we should understand that as a change in x, the boiling point, it decreases by 1. That's a change in y, down 1 over 550. Yeah, negative 1 over 550. That's our slope. They give it to us in these kind of difficult language, but it's not impossible. All right, 31, 16E is the code. Bus, who cares? Equation D equals 30t, distance, I assume in time. So 30 is distance over time, 30 meters per second or miles per hour, whatever. How many feet from the marker will the bus be 2 seconds after passing the marker? So t is 2, 60, C. That one's really easy. It is only 1 pip in the difficulty. All right, another graph interpretation. We got cost for 60 rings. We can assume that x is the quantity, and looking at the text above, yep, that's the case. X is the quantity and y is the cost. So we've got right there at right in between 150 and 200. So 175 is the only one that makes sense. For question 32, code 1AC. C. All right. Got a linear function as our answers again. They give us an XY table. I'll zoom in because that's kind of small. The formatting of these PDFs is weird. All right, question 33, code C1E. All right, y-intercept is not given, but we know it's less than 5. All right, change in y over change in x again. Finding slope. Change in y is down 8, or sorry, 8 over 2, which is 4, so that locks in C. Don't overthink this. Don't solve for the y-intercept if you don't have to. All those slopes are different, so just go based on that. Call it a day. Move on to the next one. Okay, we got question 34, E3F. Okay, we've got a kind of a rational function, but it's not really. It's just x over 4 plus 7 over 4 is slope and y-intercept. What's the value of f of 9 to minus f of 1? So just plug in 9 and 1. 9 plus 7 is 16 over 4 is 4. And then 1 plus 7 is 8 over 4 is 2. 4 minus 2 is 2. So B. All right. This is exactly the same as that earlier question. Number 33, exact same setup, except this time they do give us the y-intercept. And this is, I believe, going to be the last video, or the last question for this video. We done 10 already? 26, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, this will be question number 10 for this video. We're only 11 minutes in. Yeah, we'll pause it here, make a short one. All right, so the y-intercept is 29. This is code 591. Okay, so we know that it's either going to be A or C. The slope, of course, is not that big, so it's going to be A. It goes up 4, or 3 rather, up 3 and over 1. So slope, change in y over change in x, up 3 over 1 gives us a slope of 3, and indeed it must be A. Let's check our answers. All right, 26, question FFC. Do a quick search and get there. FC. There we go. All right, we got C, D, C, what is it? 394 is C, 67 is D, 16E is C, 1AC is C, C1E, C, E3F, B, and finally 591A. All right, short video today. 10 questions knocked out of the linear functions question bank. Again, thank you for watching. If you saw any inaccuracies, missteps, saw something that you could be done faster, please leave a comment down below. If you learned something by watching this series so far, please give a thumbs up and a subscribe, and make sure to continue watching as I make my way through the question bank. Bye.